You probably know by now that I have a huge perfume collection because 1, I love fragrances, and 2, I review perfumes for a living. In today's video, I wanted to share with you my 10 fragrances for life, aka my most worn perfumes in my collection. There are some serious dents in these fragrances. They are my most loved perfumes ever. So let's get straight into the video. This first fragrance I've talked extensively over the last few months on my channel. It is Levant by Ormonde. This one and another one are 2 fragrances that are as close as it gets to my signature scent. Because I review so many perfumes, it's difficult for me to stick to just one fragrance, but if I have a fragrance that I need to grab and go that feels very me, Levant is it. So to me, this fragrance is stunning, it is feminine, it is elegant, and it smells so good, oh my gosh. It is peonies, orange blossom, and musks. This smells like an orange blossom infused Turkish delight. So it's a little bit sweet, but it's so, so beautiful. Honestly, this is probably one of my best perfume discoveries from last year. Not of new perfumes, but of perfumes in general. I adore this fragrance, and it lasts a really long time on my skin as well. The other signature scent that I have that I've used a lot of is Delina La Rosee. This is a cute little 30 ml bottle. I will be getting a full size because, as you can see, I am almost out of this fragrance. It is another peony perfume, so clearly there's a bit of a trend here, but it is a fresher take. It's not as sweet or as, I don't want to use the word gourmand, but there's a bit of an edible factor in Levant, whereas here it's just very fresh and clean and girly. That's what I like about this perfume. Oh, so good. It's one also that projects really nicely. It smells as if you had just received a fresh bouquet of peonies. It's so beautiful. There's a bit of a fruitiness as well with lychee. It's so pretty. This is such a girly princess vibe of a perfume, if you will. And it's also another one that lasts ages and ages on my skin. Really good lasting power, just as much as the original Delina on my skin, but I prefer this over the original Delina because it is fresher and it is increased in the dosage of musk. Speaking of musks, this next scent is an affordable one. It is Glossier U, yet another one that I'm almost out of. I have literally this much that is left. I spray this fragrance almost every night before going to bed. I even spray my bed sheets, my pillows. Whenever I clean the house, I'll just spritz this perfume around the house as well because it has that soft, warm, musky, clean feeling that I really crave for, especially before going to bed, but also when I want to feel that my house is super clean. It has that kind of lipsticky, cosmetic, musky feeling about it, which is so nice. It's just a casual, easygoing fragrance. It's one of my most complimented perfumes as well. Everyone seems to really enjoy this fragrance, and it also lasts a really long time on the skin. Love Glossier U. I will keep on repurchasing this fragrance over and over again, that is for sure. And you probably know by now that florals and musks are my favorite types of fragrances. So I have another musk perfume. It is Musc Noir by Narciso Rodriguez. This is not the rose version. I prefer the original because it is fresher and it isn't as sweet as the flanker of this one. You can see again how much I've used of this, and yes, I will be repurchasing this as well. This is a soft, delicate, clean musk fragrance with a fruity pop of plum. So there is something that's a little bit unusual about this perfume, and I like the fact that there is that plum in there. It just makes it different from the other musk scents, and yeah, it is feminine, delicate. Another one that I will sort of alternate with Glossier U before spritzing and going to bed. I will wear this on its own, or I can also layer it with Pure Musc for Her, which is another fragrance from Narciso Rodriguez that is more of a powdery white musk. The two together is chef's kiss. I have 2 date night fragrances that I kind of use interchangeably depending on my mood. The first one is a white floral, and I love white florals, so of course I had to include it in this list. It is Rouge Malachite by Armani Privee. You've heard me talk so much about this fragrance. You probably own it by now, or you would have heard of it. It is quite popular, and for good reason. This is the most beautiful floral amber fragrance that I've smelled. And when I mean floral amber, I mean this intoxicating bouquet of tuberose, of jasmine, of orange blossom, so that trio of white flowers blended with the warmth of a benzoin ambery base. And the benzoin is going to give a bit of a vanilla character, so it's a touch sweet, but it's so sophisticated, and I haven't smelled any other fragrance like this. If you have fragrances that are along the lines of Rouge Malachite, please comment them down below because I would love to discover more fragrances that are similar to this. There is one that is on the more affordable side. It is one from Dolce & Gabbana that is super close to this, but if you have any other recommendations, please let me know. I just adore this. The dry down is so stunning. I always say the dry down is so much better than the opening. I spray this maybe an hour and a half before going out if I have my date night, because the dry down is where the magic happens. You get that warmth of benzoin that really blends beautifully with the skin. It is balmy, it is so intoxicating, it's so sexy and feminine and really classy as well. I adore this. And the second date night fragrance you also already know. It is Skirtso by Miller Harris. This perfume is magic in a bottle. It is, as I like to say, the scent of an enchantress. It is a mysterious, intriguing perfume. Honestly, this is not easy to describe. Basically, it is a rose oud fragrance, but you're gonna tell me I smelled so many rose oud fragrances before. And yes, but this is not like any other rose oud fragrance. It's not a Middle Eastern rose. This one is very fresh, and the oud is more in a supporting role. It is like the backbone to the whole composition. So picture fresh, dewy roses blended with some other florals, almost in like a watercolor wash of florals in this fragrance. It's fresh, it's intriguing, there's a bit of a berry pop to it as well. This is so good. This perfume is a massive head turner. People will stop you in the street when you wear this. I get compliments every time I wear this. It is incredible, the effect that this has on other people. I mean, it makes me feel great, but it's also nice to get feedback, positive feedback on your fragrance from some other people. And in terms of performance, I mean, this is very much beast mode. It lasts 12 hours plus with a huge projection. So couldn't recommend this perfume enough. If you love rose fragrances and you want something different, Skirtso is perfect. Since we are in winter, I have two winter fragrances I like to alternate. The first one is Gris Charnel from BDK. Again, I am almost halfway done. This is my favorite winter scent. That's all I'm gonna say. If I only had to pick one out of the two, it would be this one. I love that there is a big dose of cardamom in this perfume. Cardamom is my favorite spice, and I love it in fragrances. It brings some warmth, it brings some sexiness. It is so good. And this smells to me like a milky, frothy chai latte with a fig note. There's a bit of a fruity fig note. It's not fig milk, it's more of, imagine dried pieces of fig in a black tea and then you pour over like a really frothy latte. That is what this perfume smells like to me. It is the ultimate cold weather, miserable weather type of scent. It's very cozy, and it dries down super elegant. There's a bit of iris as well, so you're gonna get the powdery feeling of iris in the dry down. It's beautiful, and yeah, this I would recommend wearing with maybe a cashmere sweater dress, which is what I've done before, a beige cashmere sweater dress, or when you're feeling a little bit more dressed up. It is super nice, and it's another one that has fantastic longevity. The second winter perfume that I love so much is Baby Cat from YSL. This is the best discovery that I made last year, and it is my favorite vanilla as of late. Now, a lot of you have asked me what is the difference between Baby Cat and Lune Féline from Atelier des Ors, because both of them share quite similar names and both of them are vanillas. Well, Atelier des Ors is a spicy vanilla that really is heavy on the cardamom. To me, this smells like a spicy cardamom vanilla sponge cake, whereas Baby Cat doesn't have the spiciness of Lune Féline. It's more about the suede and also the incense. So it's gonna be a little bit smoky and suede-like. It's so beautiful. It really, like the word in French that comes to my mind is la gousse de vanille, the natural vanilla pod. Similar to Lune Féline, you also get like a natural vanilla pod thing going on, but here it's so intoxicating. I mean, it's amazing. I get fireworks in my nostrils and fireworks in my brain when I smell this. It is so good. Oh my gosh, this fragrance is absolutely incredible. This reminds me of Vanilla Barca from Amouage, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous vanilla. It's part of the Attar collection, so it's an oil. And there's a small amount, I think it's maybe like 30 ml or even less, maybe 20 ml. But it's so expensive, and I'm so happy that I found Baby Cat that is on the more affordable side. Even though still pricey, it's more affordable than the Amouage one. And I don't feel as bad when I spray a lot of this fragrance because, yeah, I think it's fantastic. It has a great longevity and also a really good production. And finally, we have my favorite fragrances for the summer. The first one is Hibiscus Palm by Aerin. This has been my go-to fragrance for summer for many, many years. I think I already had this fragrance when I first started my YouTube channel 3 years ago, and I still love it to this day. This fragrance is such a beautiful, exotic fragrance. It basically smells like an exotic holiday in a bottle. Think of it this way, it will bring you to the beach, a sense of escapism. You know, you are on the beach, living your best life, no worries in the world. This is what this perfume is about. It's so nice. You have some frangipani, which is this beautiful, exotic floral, a little bit of coconut as well. There's a touch of like white florals. Overall, this is quite a fresh fragrance. It's so good, and in my opinion, this is the best one from Aerin. Now, the next fragrance I discovered last year, and it has kind of overtaken this one a little bit, actually more than a little bit. I've been wearing a lot of In Paradise Riviera from Ex Nihilo. This is another exotic floral. I just love it so much. It doesn't have frangipani, but it has tiare, which is another fantastic exotic floral. It is the flower that you can find in French Polynesia, and it smells really beautiful. I would say that Hibiscus Palm is a little bit more potent and in your face than In Paradise Riviera. In Paradise Riviera is a little softer, it's muskier, and it's lighter, I would say. It smells really nice though. The sillage is incredible on this fragrance. If it is a very hot day, this is a great one to reach out for. It's super feminine. I would say if you like your fragrances like Delina La Rosee, which are on the fresher side, like fresher feminine side, there's a good chance that you will also really enjoy In Paradise Riviera. Even though they're not the same type of fragrances, I feel like you could like the same profile of perfumes. I certainly do. This one, I actually got it as well for my mom for her birthday, and that's become her go-to scent for the summer as well. So yeah, this is more of a carefree, easy breezy, summer of love type of fragrance. I adore it. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what are your 10 fragrances for life. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.